Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hansen. I'm here with Darren Burby, and we're at the Vergas State Bank, but we're in a different area of the Vergas State Bank, Darren.
Lower level.
Lower level. And if you have not been in the lower level of the Vergas State Bank, you're missing a true gem.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. And, you know, we obviously live in a dairy industry community. There's a lot of, probably not as many dairy farmers as there used to be, but anybody who knows any of the history of the Gordon Dahlgren and the Vergas State Bank Butter Museum knows that it was a passion of his. Yeah.
It was a passion of his, and now we need to continue that passion on with the next generation. And it's coincidental, actually, that this June is the 75th anniversary of the National Dairy Month of June.
Oh, okay, sure.
So this June is the 75th anniversary of the National June is Dairy Month, and so we're going to continue. We're going to do an open house in June, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Right.
But yeah, Gordon was really, and Gordon's family was really instrumental in the dairy industry in this area over the years, and he had a passion for collecting artifacts and their antiques now, and it's amazing the amount of things he's got down here.
It is.
And a few years ago, him and Sherry worked on a project of putting this booklet together.
This book, I don't know if you do not have one of these, please stop in on Dairy Days, which is on June 17th, that we'll be celebrating. You can get one then, but at any time, stop in and get one of these. But when we put this booklet together, it was just kind of something that Gordon wanted to, it was culminating of all the things that he had collected in his years. It has some history in here, it has some family things, but I think what I want to do is I want to take just a couple minutes here and I want to read to you the preface of this book, because I think it's going to make you understand why we're unfortunately on the verge of forgetting about Dairy Days, forgetting about the things that Gordon started in Dairy Month, and we don't want that to happen, and I know Gordon didn't want that to happen either. So in his book here, he reads, "I've put together this information on the museum so that in the future there will be a record and a brief history of Gordon's Butter and Dairy Museum. I especially want to convey this for the benefit of my family and friends. It has been our pleasure to collect the memorabilia related to butter making in the dairy industry of the past. My wife Marion and I continue to look for items of interest as time goes by. The information provided here also entails our Dairy Day promotions and activities over the past 40 years. I want to thank all our butter makers who have helped churn butter since the early 1960s, and this has become an annual tradition, and hopefully our younger generation will keep it going into the future. I also want to thank those who have donated and gifted items to the museum collection. I find many of our viewers are generally of the older generation who can reminisce and relate to making butter and using some of the various utensils. Marion and I hope this collection will stay intact here at the Vergas State Bank, somewhere and someplace for future generations to enjoy as much as we have. As our museum motto is, what they have created, let us preserve. Gordon Dahlgren." It pretty much says it all, doesn't it, Darren?
So that's what we're trying to do, is try to preserve what Gordon did over the years. Gordon has collected a number of items from around the area, from around the region, the state, and
yeah, people would bring them in, and he would just, you know, love getting that part of that collection. But we've got a couple fun things here. Why don't you show them what you got going here, Darren?
You know, I grew up on a small dairy farm, but you know, 25 head of cattle, which Dad just kept, I think, to keep the boys busy. So yeah, I'm
keep
familiar
you out
with
of trouble, not busy.
Keep us out of trouble. And it did. You know, I had four brothers, 5 boys in my family, and I remember I was one of the younger ones, and my 3 older brothers would be milking into the pail. You know, like they don't do that anymore. And me and my little brother would run back and forth, and they would shoot us with milk as we ran back and forth when it was 90 degrees, and the milk would stick to your face. And, but they got a kick out of that. So I remember a lot of this stuff. You know, the cream separator. And the old cream cans.
But you found something you did not know that they existed.
Well, me and my brothers had to carry these things full, you know, one on one side, one on the other, and load them back to the pickup. We'd bring them to the
cream cans. Sure,
yeah. So they were kind of heavy, but I've never seen anything like this. It's a 2-wheel cart, and it's real heavy duty. I don't, you know, it looks like it was some farmer that invented this, and it was just a great invention. You just hook up to your can, and away you go. Great invention.
Great invention.
I've never seen one until I came to the museum at the bank here.
And you're going to find some of those things here in this museum because there are some things that some local Vergas people invented, and you're going to find some things that bring back those memories, like you say, when you were in the barn and milking and just good family tradition things.
The old butter molds. We have butter molds here where I think each farm had their own logo that they, you know, had their own mold and.
Well, and that's the cheese boxes that Gordon has collected are from the different towns, and so that's kind of fun to see, and as well as the butter boxes. There were a lot of different creameries in a lot of different towns that aren't in existence anymore.
I think we've got 2 or 3 dozen of those here, and it'd be just fun for people to come in and see those.
That if your town happens to be in on that.
Yep.
So, and this is going to be active. Tell us what's going to be going on.
We're actually going to churn butter. We're going to have employees of the bank.
And we do have our Vergas State Bank butter makers coming back too.
Go ahead and list who those are.
Yeah, Janice, and this is another generation too. Janice's mother used to churn butter, so and Sandy's mother-in-law, but Janice Poss, Sandy Antonsen, and Marion Antonsen are going to come back, and they're going to churn butter. But if you want to take a few stomps at it, you're going to be able to too. We're talking our board of directors into being out there, but
we're actually going to use these butter churns, and we have a number of these here, different sizes, and we're going to make butter. Customers want to come in, non-customers want to come in and take their
hand at trying it, but then the fun part of that everybody enjoys doing is watching it get washed out in that and anticipating putting it on those crackers and tasting the home fresh butter. And we're going to be doing that. What are the times? And it's at 1 to 3, Darren, that I think we're going to do it in the lobby of the bank.
1 to 3 in the afternoon on June 17th. And we'll have ice cream treats to give away for the kids.
Yeah, we're going to have crackers, and then there'll be, of course, buttermilk. Some of the, that's a tough one for me. Did you drink buttermilk as a kid?
It was pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy, but we have that. And some people like to just take it home and use it for baking. They say that it's really nice for that. So you can come in and see the Vergas State Bank. We're hoping to get some of the younger kids in too, so bring in your whole family. I
think that's what it's all about. Some of these people that want to come see the museum are the older people. They remember these things. But bring your grandkids. Bring your kids and grandkids, because if you don't,
they have no idea that butter used to be made this way, that you go in the store and you buy it in fact, we had one little boy one year when we were churning butter, and we put it out in the bowl, and he's like, well, why isn't it in the squares, And so it is kind of fun to use some of the beautiful butter molds and dishes and that too, everything that we use that day comes directly out of the museum here. So, Darren, what else we have going at Vergas State Bank quickly? Kind
of redid our lobby this spring. We've got some, for our customers, we offer free coffee when they want to come in. And I found out that our bank's a little bit different than some banks. Some banks try to get you in, get you out, move you through. Efficiency. Our bank lobby is really a social gathering place sometimes.
That's nice.
And that's fine. We get people to come in, and we do offer coffee. They can sit down and have a cup of coffee. Now,
Mondays we have fresh
baked cookies.
That's kind of fun. And then what do we got going on Fridays for the kids?
Fridays we do popcorn in the afternoon.
Fridays.
Swing in, do your banking.
And like it said here, we want to treat you like family, and so we hope that all of our customers feel that. Vergas State Bank, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. in the lobby, and the drive-up is open until 4 p.m. on Saturday mornings. The lobby is closed, but the drive-up is open from 8:30 until noon. So stop in June 17th. Vergas State Bank butter churners are going to be going for Dairy Days, and so 1 to 3. You'll see Darren in his apron here.
I don't wear this every day.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in mine. Okay, thanks. You have a good day in Vergas.